All right, we're back. Welcome, everyone, to day 2 of the Adobe Live photography stream. And I'm here with Ashley Batz.
Yep.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
You were here yesterday.
I was.
We did, like,
yesterday.
still life.
We did.
Like, really with a set designer and everything.
Yeah.
Prop designer.
We went big yesterday.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
So tell us what you're going to do today.
So today we're going to be working with strobe and continuous light. Something that I've found in the recent past is that you can't really beat natural light, but if you want to try and replicate it and use strobe, you can use continuous lighting at the same time.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And you have a model today, I think?
I do. I have my friend Larkin.
Larkin, okay,
today.
Great.
She's in hair and makeup right now.
And also, I think we're, like, for the people that weren't here yesterday, we're probably going to look at a little bit more of your work.
Okay.
If we can pop your website up on that one.
Sure.
Funny how you knew the URL.
I know. I memorized it.
All right, here we go. So show us something that you didn't show us yesterday.
Ooh, what did I not show you yesterday? Let's look at just portraits. I feel like we looked at celebrities. But,
yeah, we did.
Maybe just good old-fashioned portraits.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Actually, this first tier of images is going to be fairly similar to what we're shooting today. We're going to go a little bit more moody, but this is definitely a combination of strobe and continuous lighting. So I feel like it gives this really interesting filmy, milky look, and we're using a similar seamless color.
And you're based in New York?
I am.
Okay.
I shoot for Bustle magazine.
Bustle magazine?
Yeah.
All right. And you have your own studio, you rent a studio, you rent it as you need it. How does that work?
So we have a studio at our office, but I also just got my own studio.
Cool.
And I'm very excited to use it. It has lots of beautiful natural light, so.
Natural light is great.
You can't beat it.
Awesome.
Yeah, so these are some portraits I've done over the past, and it's definitely a mixture of practical lighting.
And Agata says, wow, amazing portraits. Hello,
you.
Adobe Live. And Dana, hello again.
Hi.
Got a Voodoo Val's in the house. Hey, what's going on? Let's see. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that one. Go back up.
Where?
That one right there, the blonde, the second one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Tell me about that one.
That one.
It's obviously natural light.
It actually is
Or
not.
no, it's not.
Yeah.
From here, it looks like natural light. It looks like you're outside.
I am outside.
But you used.
But I'm using a really nice big modifier.
And that allows you to control the light.
Totally.
I like it. Overpowering the sun.
Yeah,
Awesome.
this was shot in San Francisco, so we all get to deal with the very, very diffused light. So sometimes you need to pump it up with external stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You fooled me. That was good.
It's okay. You can't see her eyes, so you can't tell
that's from here
where
I
the
can't
light
tell,
is.
Yeah, that's good. All right, keep going.
All right, what else we got? What else catches
I
your
like
eye?
the blur effect.
So fun.
On the left there.
Double exposure.
Okay, so tell me about that process. So how do you do that?
Depends on your camera, but sometimes you can set it up so that it takes. When you take 2 images, it adds it into the same image. So
it's done in camera.
Yeah, in camera on my Canon 5D Mark IV, and that's shot in the Broadway tunnel at like 2 in the morning. So
you just happen to be walking through the tunnel and saw
someone. Yeah, just like hey.
Hey, can I take a picture? Stand there.
No, I know this person.
I assumed as much. Cool.
Yeah. Something I've been trying, if you look at this far right, is actually inserting myself into a shot. So that's my own shadow obstructing the person. So I think that's
I do that by accident a lot.
Right?
I know, right?
It's an artistic choice.
What cracks me up is like I'll go back and look at the images and I'm in the reflection of their sunglasses.
Yeah.
Like you can see me with a DSLR.
You could just make like
right?
a whole book of that, I think.
Definitely.
I'm a big fan. Oh, thank you. Actually, this black and white photo is one of my favorites, and it was shot in my garage.
Cool. Now, you were also here. You did double duty last night, today, or yesterday, and you're going to do it again today. So tell us about what you're. For those of you that are interested and say, "Hey, this looks great, but I don't have a really high-end professional camera." You were doing mobile photography last night, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
So yesterday we used Pekela as well, my prop stylist, and we created this holiday table, and we were working with just my phone, and it was really awesome to see how we can move things around, talk about balance and composition, and just using the natural light that you have in your own home.
Nice. And you're doing that again tonight?
Tonight we are doing...
I mean, you're doing another one, a mobile one, yeah.
Yeah, and tonight we're doing portraits using Christmas lights, because I feel like people are going to be getting in the spirit, wanting to take some family photos.
And so they can come back at 6 p.m. Pacific time to watch you again.
Absolutely.
Perfect. And if you missed last night, you can go back and watch the replay.
Oh, gosh.
On behance.net/live.
Nice.
All right. Continue.
Continue? All right. Okay. Hello.
Hey, Michael just joined
I was looking for your phone.
On an
Thank
Apple
you.
box.
It was in the pocket of the...
We're just talking about photography.
That way he can find
cool. Yeah.
if you're aware of that, but hey, there's the studio. Nice.
And we also have a contest going on, Michael. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah. Someone is asking if the contest is still on. Yeah. And today the contest is about still life.
Still life, yes.
Yeah. So you can take any objects at home. Exactly what you did actually yesterday with food.
Yeah. And
she had cheese. Cheese and macarons.
It's his favorite.
Yeah. So you can take a picture, objects, create a composition, open in Lightroom CC. Make sure to make a copy because we want to keep the original, and you will share the before and after editing in Lightroom. Okay, so you edit your picture in Lightroom and you visit lightroom.adobe.com, which is the website, the web version of Lightroom. All your pictures are synced automatically, so they will be there, but you can share them with us, creating a gallery. So it will create a unique URL, a link that you can submit to enter the contest. So you have about 1 hour and 20 minutes to share a picture.
Yes.
And at the end, we will review the picture, Ashley.
To share your gallery.
You have to choose your favorite one.
Which you did a good job of that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and get a chance to win a Creative Cloud subscription. So it's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
Yeah, so take objects in your place, put them on the table, take a beautiful shot, play with the light, and show before and after Lightroom, and you can get a chance to win.
And for those of you, again, if like I saw a lot of people say, well, I don't have Lightroom CC or I haven't downloaded it yet, you can do it on your phone as well.
Yeah.
You know, Lightroom CC is an app on your phone. You can do the whole thing. You can shoot the shots, you can edit, you can create share the album, you can do the whole thing from your phone.
Yeah, it's a powerful tool.
This is what you did yesterday.
Yeah.
With food.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Actually, if we share, we'll do it after, but if you want to share the mood board.
Oh, can I do that?
Sure.
Yeah, so we just...
Right now in front of you.
Boom!
Right.
Here we go. So that's the mood board for today.
Yeah, so I created a...
So Jennifer is coming.
She'll be here.
She'll be here. Okay.
She'll definitely
Winona will be... Okay.
After. She'll be second. You can't. They have to stagger, you know? They can't be in the same room. I don't know if that's true, actually, so it's fine. No, I pulled some lighting and mood references for my model. I feel like this is really helpful when you get into a studio.
Okay.
Some of us creatives aren't great at talking, so visuals are always a helpful tool. And I think this will help Larkin take a look at what kind of lighting I'm trying to achieve, maybe some of her own posing, maybe just get her in the right mindset.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and let's go back to the main camera, Chris. If you want to show the picture you took yesterday with your phone, actually, in Lightroom.
Oh.
And they can watch a replay, so the replay is available on the Creative Cloud YouTube channel.
What is the holiday table? No, that's not it. Well, this was fun.
Oh yeah, that's what...
Yeah.
But that's a picture she took with an iPhone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you too can do that today.
Yeah.
I'm so inspired.
Thank you.
I'll be going out, great Christmas decorations all around the
Right?
office.
Just keep
just shooting.
snapping around. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that.
And watch a replay because you will learn a lot of tricks. Like for instance, the wood is elevated, like to create some structure, and also the tree branches are just in front of the lens to create the depth of field.
Just like right up here.
She used a lot of tricks. It was amazing to watch. It was very warm in the studio. Very warm.
I know, you had to fan us.
Yeah. I had to fan with Gus.
I think we have a couple of questions about the contest.
Oh, what do you want to know?
One wants to know, can you use Photoshop? Mark wants to know that. And the other one, Mitch, is asking, can I still create a gallery online if I don't have a CC subscription? I'm pretty sure you can do it with a trial.
Yeah, with the trial, yeah. You can create the gallery. And Mark, try to use Lightroom, Mark.
Yes, Mark.
For this type of editing, we really want you to be introduced to Lightroom. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so the model should be ready in about 5 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Great. I feel like
They're
we have
working on the hair, apparently.
She has a lot of hair, so.
Ah, she has a lot of hair. Okay.
Yeah. But I feel like we could spend some time getting set up a little bit more too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do that.
Okay.
And then we'll be back, Terry.
Yeah, you're going to explain your setup. So they have a long walk over to the studio. I will entertain you while they're, making that trip. It'll take probably 5 or 10 minutes to get over.
Tell at least 3 jokes.
Oh, I can't do that. They're not work appropriate.
Yeah, I've got none.
Yeah,
I literally have none.
It's not good.
Cool.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do that. I'm just telling the model that she can come
Technology.
in 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, it's called SMS. It's insane. Here we are.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I switch it off. So we can switch it on.
Great, thank you.
And I know how to put it back and remove it very quickly. I just discovered
You figured it out?
Actually, it was very easy. Yeah, I felt bad. Okay, so that's the set. Let me turn the screen so
I can see what I'm doing.
So you wanted to do something with continuous lights.
I did.
So this is why we have this nice studio. Thank you, Zen. Thanks for watching. And what's funny is that if you watch the entire day, the studio is changing every time because
Yeah, basically.
we have a new setup every time. So this is a RE light,
Beautiful.
650 watts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the most powerful one, but I can tell you that if you're next to it, it burns.
Yes.
Very warm.
It will set things on fire, so do not
Be very careful. Don't
Yeah.
put your finger to see if the...
use gloves. Do the whole thing.
Okay, so what are you using now? It's
So this is a diffusion paper.
diffusion paper, okay.
This is a Lee filter. It's in opal frost.
Mhm.
So all I'm doing is diffusing the light. This whole mood board is just for is something a little bit darker. So anytime I can keep cutting the light down, but still illuminating parts of Larkin's face and body. We're doing kind of tighter crops today.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for. So, yeah.
Cool. I will try to. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're
Excuse me.
fine.
I will try to get a better shot with this GoPro.
Okay.
Okay, maybe position it here
Mm-hmm.
so we can see the setup like this. Okay.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
You do that. I'll keep doing this. Hopefully our camera talks nicely to us today.
Oh yeah, we need to test the tethering, Terry.
Yes, we do.
Yesterday it was.
I got a card in. We're cool.
All right. Whenever you're
You have
ready.
a card. The Mark
Whenever you're
III.
ready, I'm ready.
Alright.
Right, and I need a same bag on the RE light, otherwise we will burn.
That could be bad.
We
So
die.
as you guys are picking up and touching things, tell people what they are.
I'm picking up my my tether right now. I'm also going to secure it a little bit better by taking some gaffer's tape and attaching it to the bottom of my camera. I feel like these things are still pretty fickle after so
They
many
are.
years.
And also the port starts to loosen up.
I know. Can you get that fixed? I think
You can, and it's not cheap, and I've had to do it multiple times.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because my hand ends up bending the cable like against it, and
Totally.
it ends up breaking pins inside the camera.
Yeah, so we have all kinds of gear to, like, you know, you can buy like a jerk stopper.
Yep.
I'll even find myself at the capture table taping it down there, just even with the laptop as well. It's just those ports are so silly. So yeah, that's what I'm currently doing. Just taping it down, making it a little bit more secure. We get all
And that reduces the wear and tear on the port, because if inevitably she will pull the cable at some point, and it's not pulling on the port.
I know. It's the worst. Okay, so I'm turning camera on.
All right, and you came up immediately.
Beautiful. That's
Go ahead
great.
and take a test shot when you're ready.
All right, I'm just gonna do a little guesstimating here. I want to shoot pretty shallow today. I feel like that'll be really interesting.
And what does that mean?
My f-stop's going to be quite large, which means a lot less will be in focus. Also, because I'm shooting with continuous lights as my key light, I'm going to shoot with a slower shutter speed so that I can get some motion blur and also get, you know, the constant light to be the killer thing.
Awesome.
Do you mind if I work on the paper? Or
oh, you're fine.
You want to use it?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Because I have dirty shoes. You know?
We all do. Sometimes we all take our shoes off.
Okay, so we take some sandbags.
Good. You look great in the light. Hi.
Hi.
She's here.
Are you not showing my feet, right?
No.
Okay, great.
Thank you. I'm on camera. I love this. I'm getting zhuzhed. This is beautiful.
Look at you.
Hello, everyone. Photographers need to look good too.
On camera. Do you want these earrings, Ashley? Or no? I have like light jewelry.
That's gorgeous.
It's good?
Yeah.
Okay. One note is my blood sugar is fine right now, but I don't know there going to be any pauses anytime in the whole thing.
No, but feel free to take breaks and yeah.
I'll just
But come in when you're ready. We're live.
just a water.
Get here. Come here.
I'm coming.
I want you to introduce yourself. Look into the camera somewhere. Hi.
Hi. I'm Larkin.
That's Larkin. I've photographed you a million times now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You saw the mood board.
Yeah, I saw the mood board.
So as we're shooting, we'll just
keep.
I'll keep like coaching you. You know how to do it.
Oh yeah, tell me how you want me to pose.
Okay. We're gonna do nice intimate portraits.
Awesome.
So you'll be my
excited.
stand-in and my house.
Oh, Leo.
What? What happened?
Leo is in the chat. He's like, hey, everyone. Hi, Leo. Yeah, so this is the chat.
Nice.
There's two questions. So if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello. So the camera was
Yeah.
so small, I didn't even know we were actually talking to it.
I know, we were just like having
where
a
am I
conversation.
talking? Hello everyone.
And give me that test shot when you get a chance.
Okay.
Okay,
Just
Will
great.
you have a seat for me?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
So it's really nice to have a stand-in, whether that's the actual person or not, but I'm glad to have you here. So we're just going to do a nice little test shot to see if everything's working in camera. And don't worry about any of the composition.
If you're joining, we're using tethering connected to Lightroom Classic.
All right, looks good.
And I think a picture is coming. Yeah,
All right,
Wow. Okay.
we're done.
love it. Love it when it works.
How do I do it every time? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so let me just talk you through what I'm doing in terms of my lights, just so you understand as well. This is my key light. This is something that I really want. I want on one side of your face, and so as we're playing, like you can kind of like move away and have like that part be really, really dark. This light is really just a little bit of a bounce to bring up the exposure. So don't worry about this one. This is like super, super, super soft. And what I'm doing is I'm putting the strobe into an umbrella, into a V-flat, and I think that's going to be even more diffused. I'm going to turn it down a lot more too, because I really want the side of your face to be a lot darker. Yep. And then this backlight is just one really big soft light.
Oh yeah, let me show the backlight.
It's giant. It's gorgeous. It's just for show. No, I'm just kidding.
Just for scale, can you be next to it? Yeah.
I'm like
So they realize the
this tall. Oh yeah,
size.
Okay.
I'm this tall. And this is also very, very, very low, and it's diffused as well. So the light is going into the umbrella, through the diffusion, and back out at Larkin. So again, everything is just like the more you can cut the light, the more control you have with this key light. So that's what I'm working on. Perfect. All right, so face forward for me. Beautiful. All right, and if you have gloves again, you should probably be doing that, but
But you don't have gloves, so
I don't have gloves.
you just burn your finger.
Ooh, that's nice. Look at you. How's it feel? Is it nice and warm?
Oh yeah, I feel like I found my spotlight.
Let me see what happens when I double this up. Okay. Do we have scissors or anything?
Yes, I saw some this morning. Yeah, here.
Crafty. Thank you. I'm gonna cut through some of this paper just to create some like variation in the light. So you can cut shapes.
Okay.
And it will change the dynamics of everything, which is nice to have. So you see how it's like gonna create a little bit more of a spotlight effect on parts of Miss Larkin's face.
Can you show this, Chris? The GoPro. Here we go.
Oh, that's pretty. Yes. Sorry, I get so excited.
I wish I could see that.
I know. Well, it's like right behind there, you know? So, anyways. What else can I tell you? What else does everyone want to know right now? Do you have any questions for what we're doing and how we're doing it?
Well, will I be able to see what you're doing on the screen later?
It's just, yeah, you will. It's awesome. Like right back there too. Yeah. So maybe.
It's a great idea.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right. Genius.
I know. I didn't make it up. Okay, so this is really diffused. Perfect. Still cutting the light as much as possible.
Okay.
I'm on a 35 millimeter. I want to get like really close to you. So feel free to kind of lean forward a little bit, get a little intimate. And portraits are my favorite because I feel like you can just like talk to the person, get them comfortable. I like to be a fake comedian sometimes, so then I get them laughing.
Fake one?
Yeah, because I'm not comedian. It's not real at all. Perfect.
Would you like me to face forward or?
Let's start with more this way.
Okay.
Yep. That's kind of like the Hollywood, like.
Do you want a hand up?
Oh yes, that's gorgeous. I see just a little bit, yeah, right there. Let's see how that looks.
Okay.
Ooh, hey.
Oh.
All right, how are we feeling about this?
Yeah. Let us know in the chat. How do you feel about this shot?
I want to know. Ooh, girl, you're killing it. I'm gonna stop down a little bit. Do we have a? I might have your help.
Yeah, sure.
So
What do you need?
something else that I would love to do is actually add more negative fill, which just means
Need a flag.
we need a flag. So what you're gonna do? Wow, that's bright. Is you're gonna kind of come up right here,
Okay.
and negative fill is just when you're taking away light.
Okay.
And so you can kind of see as well, sort of, without like blinding yourself. Come in a lot closer for me. Yeah, that's great. And I loved how your chin went down a little bit, right there, like you're thinking about something. Beautiful. That's gorgeous. I just want to see that. I might also switch to my 50. Yeah, so if you can we toggle between the first and second or do a comparison?
Do you want to do two shots? One,
One with and one without? Yeah.
Let's do two shots. Okay.
So-
Okay, let me know if I'm good.
Even more? Come in. Yep, right there. Beautiful. And then one without? Good.
Okay.
Let's do those.
And Terry, if we can compare with the how do you call it again? Bright field?
Negative fill.
Negative field.
Yep. Sounds very counterintuitive.
Okay, so how would you? You mean on the shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's very, very, very subtle. It's very, very subtle, if anything at all. Which isn't bad. I feel like that means we're pretty dialed in,
Yeah.
but you can also get a lot closer then. So I think what I want to do anyways is switch my lens. I feel like I want to go to a 50. And
you're using the 35
this
now?
is 35 right
Okay.
now. It's a little distorted for the type of look I'm going for right now. I think I might switch to it eventually based on my mood board, but for this shot, you can get really, really close with the flag, and we can shoot more of like a...
For the face, just the face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Best assistant ever, by the way. You. Okay. Let's do this.
Okay.
Usually I have
Let me know.
music. Right there. Okay. Perfect. So this is your cover image. Beautiful. Lean back just a little bit. Right there. Yep. And then get in nice and close. A little bit less. Right there. Beautiful. I love that. Gorgeous. Let's check that shot. Hey, baby. So I'm noticing that I really love the highlight on the side of your face. I love that you're not falling into too much shadow. I'd be interested in making it a lot darker.
So Balen is asking what is the black thing that I'm holding.
This is called a flag.
It's a flag.
They come in different shapes and sizes. Sometimes they're white, sometimes they look like nets, sometimes they're black, sometimes they have reflections. They're all kinds of stuff. And they have this nifty little thing here where you can attach them so someone doesn't have to hold them. You can put them on C-stands and the knuckles, but because I have you, you're definitely more mobile. Okay, so I'm going to stop down a little bit more actually. I'm going to let a little bit more natural light in by decreasing the shutter speed. And then I'm going to go down on my ISO. I feel like this might be pretty dark, but I'm interested. I want to know. I really want to know. Okay, perfect, right there. Good.
Do you want change of hands? Or?
I loved what you're doing. I would love your chin that way. That's perfect. And go right there. And kind of like flutter your eyes away a little bit right there. Like you're thinking about something. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Let's see that. Ooh.
Ooh.
I love that.
Yeah.
I wish I could see.
I know. You want to like peek through this?
Oh, cool.
And here, oh yeah, you can preview here, but yeah.
I love it. You're like in a Hollywood Reporter magazine right now. So something that I thought about that I didn't really talk about yet is when you're thinking about lighting things, you want to think about what your backdrop's going to do as well. So I'm actually trying to get almost no light on that backdrop so that it falls to a little bit more darkness. But you could put your subject closer to the backdrop and you could light it. This light would cast a shadow, so you could have some of her shadow in it. I can see it over camera left, but since we're shooting a certain way, it's not coming in. But it's definitely something to think about.
Okay.
What I also want to try right now is something called feathering. So I want to feather this light away a lot, and I want to see what that does to Larkin. So like almost like this is like super diffused now. Maybe bring your seat forward just a tad, if you can.
Do you want me to lean forward like it was?
Yeah, oh yeah. Going for drama. Ooh. Actually, this is kind of nice to look at. Can people see this? Like as I'm moving the light?
Yeah. Yeah, they can see it.
Like what happens when I do that? I don't know. I think a lot of what you can do if you have time is just to ask those kinds of questions. Like, I wonder what it'll look like if I do that. So now I'm just on the backdrop, so I'm interested to see how that all pans out. And Larkin's such a good sport, so.
You make it easy.
All right, so.
Do you want the same pose as before, or do you want to try something different? Do you want me to move, like, face towards the light this time?
Let's go away one more time, and then go back. Yeah, looking that way. So this is going to be way more on the backdrop, and I feel like this isn't something I want to. I'm going to do one more. This isn't something I want, but I'm interested to see. Yeah, so it's definitely not something I want.
Oh, okay.
But it's good.
All
It's
right,
good to see.
know. Good to know.
I feel like we kind of nailed it the first one, but I want to keep playing. Okay, so I'm going to feather this light even more this way.
And we have Balen in the chat. He wants to, if you can explain the lighting setup one more time.
Sure. So, from key light to supporting lights, our key light is an ARRI. It's 650 watts, and I'm using this as something that's directly on Larkin, trying to make it feel like more like window light. And then my supporting lights is this light right here. It's really low and it's super diffused. So this strobe is going into an umbrella that has a black outside so that it stops the light down even more, and then back into a white V flat so that it just really just bounces very gently onto Larkin. And then this is for mostly exposure, so just to kind of like balance everything out, because this is so bright compared to the rest of the place. So this is just to up my exposure just a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Are there any alternates for this setup that you could do without a light, or are there any alternates for like how you would set up the light to get a similar effect?
Like to get the same effect but different lighting setup?
Yeah.
Totally. I feel like you could actually do this shot with just this light and maybe just this light.
Okay.
And if you don't have a third light, you could just take a white card and have it bounce instead of the black card.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you can do pretty much anything, you just have to think about how your lights are talking to each other and where you can fill where you don't have a light. But I'm fortunate to have many lights today. So, okay, so I want to go back to my original setup more or less, and then I want to play around once we're super dialed in. Yeah, that looks great. Let me see that. Yes, this is your cover shot. Yeah, baby. That's good. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So, okay. I'm going to do one more test. Yes, please. One more test, and then if everyone's cool with it, I think we should just like play for like 20 to 30 shots. Cool. And then see if we can get like a little mini editorial out of it.
Cool.
All right. So leaning forward, catch that light. Perfect right there. Come right at me. Gorgeous. So I want to check that. Beautiful. I think I'm going to stop down even more on my ambient. So I'm going to pull my shutter speed back up to 1/25th of a second. I was at 80th. Let's go one more. Beautiful right there. Checking. Much better. I feel like I can work with that now.
Okay.
And for me, I'm looking for something that's really, it's more or less underexposed, so that in post I can bring certain things up. I'm really interested in something that's not too contrasty for this shot, so I think shooting it not too hot, meaning not too bright or overexposed, would be good. So, you ready to play?
Yeah.
Cool.
You want me to just move around?
I would love for you to move, just like feel the light. You can use your hands. It's going to be like things that are closer to me are going to be out of focus. Like if I'm focusing on you and then this is like out of focus. Yeah. So just play around with that, and then do like 20 or 30.
Okay.
Cool. And yeah, feel free to kind of like
To follow?
Yep, follow her. See if you like if there's anything you see that you think might be interesting to flag.
Okay.
Are you okay with me facing towards the light?
100%.
Okay.
Yep. I think now we just play, and then we just
see
like
what
see what's up.
happens.
Okay, let me fix this one.
Oh yeah.
So this is like intimate portrait, beautiful, Hollywood star, Larkin Clark, everybody. Good. Looking away, beautiful. Love that. Beautiful. Oh, whatever. Just going straight into it. Good. Right there. Ooh, right there. Gorgeous. Beautiful. I definitely want to go back to that shot in a few. Beautiful. Love that, looking away when you do that. That's really nice right there. Do it back this way, looking it that way. Yes! Oh my god. Gorgeous. Right there, right there. Yeah, you can kind of use your hair to obstruct your face a little bit.
Like this, Ashley?
Yes. Yes, darling. Beautiful. Ooh! That's really nice. Looking away. Yes, that's so good. Yes, so beautiful. I think I'm going like way too fast. It's busy. Right there. Ice me great. Gorgeous. Love that. Do we have a white card by any chance nearby?
Oh yeah.
So I would love that shot again.
Which shot? Which?
So I'm gonna get like I'm gonna get low, and I'm gonna have this white card that's just gonna do a little bit of a catch light.
Nice. Okay.
And that's definitely something else that I feel feel like you know about catch lights, but when you are looking at portraits, it's really nice to have multiple light sources in the eyes. And those are called catch lights. So
they say the one where she's laughing is bomb. It's the bomb.
Bomb.
Thank you.
Okay, so where do you feel the?
Right underneath.
Okay.
So I'm looking at your eyes. Yep, bring your eyes a little bit higher. Yeah, there's that catch light. Gorgeous, darling. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Bring your chin to your right. Yeah. That jawline, girl. She knows it though. Beautiful right there. And then start playing with what's
oh yeah, reaching towards.
yeah. And I'm gonna shoot really, really shallow. I'm at 3.5 right there. Beautiful. Really nice. Good. Beautiful. Oh, you're so good. What are you laughing about? I love this. Right there. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Last one here. Gorgeous. How are we on the tether? Was I going super fast?
Thank you.
It's catching up.
Yeah, it's catching up.
Okay, good. Let's give it a break.
Lightroom is like, wow.
What else should we try?
I see it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming through. I'm gonna let it do its thing while it's looking really nice.
Yeah, even on the part side, it's okay on the part side.
I think so.
Or do you want more with the blending? Just because I always like hair. I feel like hair on the. I mean, I could also try it with hair down and do more things like that. Whatever you want.
That's true. I feel like. Did you bring your gray sweater?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll switch things up and do that. Maybe you take it down.
Take it down.
Put your hair in the gray sweater. And
They're asking about the focal length that you're using. So it's the 50 millimeter, this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 50.
Yeah.
And they say, like, they're asking, is it usual for portraits?
Not entirely. I actually think my favorite focal length is 60.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
Switch it up.
I could switch to
There's
that.
only one lens in the world.
Right? I really do like 60 millimeters. But I also think that rules are kind of going out the window these days. And I'm really more interested in seeing someone's own perspective and point of view, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the correct.
Yeah.
So I say, like, see what you see, use your tools, and if it resonates with you, just like keep working on it, you know? I like the 50. I think it's a nice lens. It definitely has its issues, but I felt like the 35 wasn't working for me. And you also want to look at someone's face.
Yeah.
And that definitely depends. So for your face, for whatever reason, I feel like the 50 is looking a lot better. But I might switch to my 60 now that I got very excited about it.
Ooh.
Has it all caught up? I love that shot.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Yeah, some very good ones.
Peel it
If
back.
you want to.
I'm just going to grab the...
Can we have a review?
Cool.
If you want to look at on this screen, it's even better.
Oh, nice.
So good. You're killing it.
There we go.
Thank you. You're killing it.
I know. I'm just kidding. Terry, what do you think?
Good job.
He's been
It's kind of got like a mod vibe because of the.
Yeah.
I love it.
right? It's so nice. Oh, I love that one. Sorry, I got really excited.
Which one?
That one?
Flag it. Give it a 5.
Please. And this is what you do when you're on portrait shoots. You get to look back and everybody oohs and ahs, and you get to flag things and go back to it, see what's up. It's great. I love it.
There's so many great ones.
Yeah,
Thanks,
so many
guys,
good
for
ones.
making me look good.
How are you feeling? You okay?
Awesome.
Do you need anything?
Yeah, I'm great.
Can I have you sit back down? We'll go on the 60 just for
60.
I'm on my 2470. I'm gonna go to 60 more or less.
Okay.
Same thing. I just want to kind of compare, but I really do like the intimacy of shooting on the 50 with you.
And the white, does that mean something? No?
Let's go
In
back
the
to.
eyes?
Let
Or
me
the
see.
flag? What do you prefer?
Let's grab it. Let me see what's going on. I think that's too much for this one. Let's go back to the flag
Okay.
and maybe sit up a little bit for this one. Yeah. And I want you to kind of like feel somewhere on your face that has a little bit more light to it. So I think it's like leaning
I
forward.
think
Yeah.
I was on like a little behind for that light.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, and then chin up a little bit. Yeah, that's great. Beautiful. So I feel like the 60 is going to flatten it out a little bit, and then start leaning forward towards me, right there.
Sorry.
Good. Right there, and then looking away, something candid. I love when you look up and away. That's gorgeous. Let me just check that shot. I really want to see that one. You did blink. It's cool. It happens. That's why we have digital cameras.
It's like dancing with your photographer, I feel like.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to be in sync.
So I want to do that one. Oh, yeah. There it is. Yep. That's gorgeous. So now let's play with things that are out of focus. So right now I'm shooting super shallow, so even like this is out of focus on you. And so I think that's going to be, that's really nice. It feels kind of like, yeah, kind of like another time. So I really like that. I love when you're looking up and away. I feel like that's catching a lot with the light. And maybe I'll light you differently. No, it's looking good. Okay, cool. So playing around there. Gorgeous. Right there. Beautiful. Love, love, love. Good. Right there. Couple more here. Oh yeah, keep doing that. Yep, foreground, background. Great. Same thing, the eyes up. Yeah, right there. Beautiful.
I'm trying to reach you.
Reach? Touch me, Larkin. Good. And then I want to do one last thing. How are we on time?
Let me check the clock. It's 1:45.
Okay.
So we're good.
So I want to do two more things. The first is, because I'm shooting at a slower shutter speed, I would love for you to take one of these cards and give her some wind, because it's going to be a little bit blurry.
That's what I was doing yesterday.
You were? Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciated that. I wasn't getting shot though. So a lot of, yep. So I'm going to shoot even slower on the shutter speed. Let's see how that looks. Beautiful. Let me just check those, making sure they're coming in.
And we have Heather, the makeup artist. She's there also. If you want to try anything, something different.
That's beautiful.
She's in the back. She's like.
What do you think for wind? Should we take her hair down?
I think so. That's
Okay.
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Do you want me to take it, or you?
She's the
you do it.
professional.
We have the professional.
We have a
Do my
professional.
job.
Perfect. Make me look windblown.
I wish we had the little leaf blower. I'm
I
obsessed
know.
with
Those
those.
are great, aren't
It's
they?
on my Christmas list, everybody.
What is
Oh
it?
yeah.
It's this like tiny
leaf blower looking
Ryobi,
thing.
right?
Yep.
Obsessed. Don't even need it. I just want it. I mean,
Don't really. I mean, but
Is it
No.
the one you plug to your iPhone? Do you know this one?
No.
Mini fan? Yeah. Just add it to the
Is it
phone
like,
You know
a
too
drone
much.
fan? It's like more wind, more wind.
Yeah, I would love to get like a few pieces in front of her face, so as we're giving her some wind, you can kind of like let that moment happen like that. Just like that, you know.
something kind of old Hollywood, kind of like this.
Maybe less on the tuck behind the ear.
So more.
More like Madewell, you know, like
Got
the
it.
like.
We can also flip even more over.
I definitely want some pieces that can like come forward into the.
Madewell hair.
You know, they always are. It's like perfectly like.
Undone.
Yeah.
Is it gonna
You
work
look like a
even though we didn't
Pantene
grow-
Pro V commercial.
Oh,
right now.
really?
Your
Yeah,
hair's
all
so
that
long
hair.
and healthy.
I was telling her I'm just letting it grow out because I had a bad cut at one point, so I had to let all of the layers grow up, and now it's so long.
It's so long.
Do I keep it long? Do I cut it?
Is this what you're thinking?
Yep.
Like this?
Just
That's
keep
good.
going with that, yeah.
Alright.
And then what kind of angle do you think our wind should be? Like what if you were to give her wind? What would you
Probably
do?
from
Yeah.
down here.
I think
right?
so, yeah.
I can move here.
You can
Give me some
So you want her to
Beyonce
kind of
hair.
like lean forward a bit, right? So it
tiny,
kind of falls.
tiny bit,
just a
yeah.
touch. Just
Maybe
your-
not that much,
maybe just
but
with
yeah.
your- yeah, like
Just live your life.
So either they want your take on about reflections on skin, on photo. Like how do you avoid a reflection?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening at all.
As a makeup artist, they're asking you like simple tricks to avoid a reflection on the skin.
To avoid the reflection on the skin?
Yeah.
I use silicone-based powders. Seem to help the most when you're doing film or close.
Yeah.
It blends into a lot of different skin tones too. It just is a nice matte finish, and then you would highlight and, you know, kind of bring out your highlights. And
what if you do want reflections and not to bring them down? Because I feel like that is like kind of a thing these days.
the reflections?
Yeah, like Glossier, like they're really going for it.
The glossy eyes?
Glossier.
The magazine. Just highlighters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone, or moisturizers too. I use a lot of really, so less makeup, more moisture. And you use concealer, not foundation.
Yeah.
So you do as much natural skin as possible.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I even will put oil,
Ooh, yeah.
you know, on it, or on the bows of your lips, and especially for editorial, when it can just be right here and it's not actually for
anything.
Right.
I know, sorry.
And hot.
Super hot.
So, not, thank you. But yeah, that works when you can just be in it and working with you closely.
Totally.
You don't actually have to leave with it because it'll melt off.
Yeah.
But when you're doing it, you know.
Melt out.
Yeah.
I'm having a meltdown.
Literally on my face.
On my face is melted. My face is melted.
You were getting on.
Perfect.
Okay. Fresh from the beach hair.
Do you want to try that and see if it's working?
I
and
do.
you can move it?
So coming from down here,
And you want me to lean forward?
tiny. Yeah, and just feel that wind.
I feel like Beyonce.
Right? I feel like I'm getting the
I know. I'm
vibe.
getting it
So
too.
I feel like maybe
You're
you need to
getting
kind of like
I'm like, yes, honey.
Not all
Maybe
forward
here
moving.
again. No?
Yeah, the loose
Do you want
one.
like
Okay,
this
from
one's
the
fat,
top
It's
maybe.
kind of heavy.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's not really-
Yeah, maybe chin goes this way a little bit because
This way or
I'll try
this
this
way?
one.
I like the light this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Do your magic hand. Yes. Even more if you can.
Don't move it down.
Oh, well.
The flag is.
Beautiful. Let me just check those.
Do you want me to try from here?
Wow.
Please.
Just to see?
So it's looking a little bit dark, but I'm going to shoot a little bit slower on the shutter. I want
Because my hair is parted on this side, I feel like maybe should I part it on the other to get more of like, should we flip the part if he's coming from there with the...
Well, I think the wind should come this way.
way,
maybe,
yeah,
you
it's
want
like
to
you're
switch the wind.
Yeah.
instead. Okay.
I will switch.
Okay.
He will switch.
And I'll
Okay.
go this way. Yeah.
Tight set.
From the side?
Yep.
Okay.
And you can try a few things, sometimes like big gusts work and sometimes like very little.
Okay.
And it's like a good tricep workout.
Oh, thanks. That's what I need. Okay.
It's like what I think about. I like your sound effect. Look at me. Beautiful. And then hold on to your hair maybe.
Glamour.
Oh, that's so fun. Oh, that's so pretty though.
Nice.
All right, so
Oh,
let's
that's
do.
cute. I
Let's
love
do.
it.
I think the little ones worked for this
I
one.
prefer the. Okay, so alright, I give this one.
That's really cute though. So this is kind of like,
Very
I love
tricky.
your energy. I even like that some of these are blurry. I think that's like actually really
That's really
sweet.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah, and blurry shots are in now, so we're good. You know what I'm saying?
Win-win.
Win-win. Okay, right there. Beautiful. Just play there. Live your life. Beautiful. Right there. Ooh, girl! And you know I'm excited when I start yelling, so. Chin to your right. Eyes to me. Right there. Stay right there. Oh, I'm obsessed. Couple more here. And last one right here. Gorgeous. Let me check those. How do you feel? And then the last thing I want to do before we head into editing is if you can just throw that gray sweater on.
Oh, yeah.
I want to do something a little bit more like...
Do you want the same hair? Or do you want to pull it back?
I would love to just shove it into the the neckline. And
Oh,
have it
perfect.
kind
Love
of,
that.
like,
That's
coming
come out.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's it.
Yeah.
Cool with that?
I will be
Okay.
right back.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Larkin!
What happened? Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
What happened?
What happened?
I don't know. Sometimes.
Oh, it's the flash which is not in sync or something.
Oh yeah.
Still cute.
Just for the last
Oh,
one.
you know what probably happened was the flag made this go like.
Yeah, it was my touch.
It was you. It wasn't
Yeah,
me.
overexposed
Everybody knows.
because of the wind.
Cool. So let's put your
Awesome.
gray sweater on, and then
Cool,
we're
cool,
still
cool
like 10
beans.
minutes or 5
Yeah,
more
what
minutes.
time is it?
It's 1:50.
Oh yeah, yeah. We have like 10 big minutes.
10 big minutes.
Yeah, look at them.
That's great.
Thanks, Terry.
Do we have any pictures or questions?
Yeah, maybe you can ask which ones like, do they prefer with the hair like
Yeah,
wild or before?
I'd love
With
to
more
know.
structure, like.
I
Let
love
us know in
that
the
shot.
chat. Which one do you prefer?
I think that's one of my favorites.
Yeah. You can.
Terry, can you find one where she's looking at camera, but it's still got that motion blur? I feel like we did it towards the end.
Or maybe you can review them.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so
Wow.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Ugh. What a vision. She is. So she's just doing a quick change. I just wanted to put a gray sweater on her.
A gray sweater. Okay. And you want to put the hair in the sweater?
Mm-hmm. And kind of like pull it out a little bit. She's got a lot of great hair, so I think that's a nice
Structure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like putting my hair in my shirts. I don't know why. Cool. Prefer the one with the big smile.
Yeah, the smiley one are really good.
I know, she just like...
Wow.
How are you getting the brownish
Brownish
tone?
Oh, just the color of the light. So not only, because the background is not white.
It's not white.
I don't know if, did we talk about the background? We
It's
talked to
called
Marla,
wheat.
but maybe we didn't talk to them about it. Let me turn this GoPro. So you can... Yeah, Ashley.
Hi. Nice.
So yeah, this is not white. How can I show that? Where is the white panel? Here. Just making sure that you can see.
Yep.
This is white. And this is what's the name again of this one?
Wheat.
Wheat. Ah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
It's great. And so something that you can also think about, like I said, is you can light the backdrop independently from the subject. You can put the subject closer. You can take them away from it. And I've chosen to take her away from it so that it's a lot darker than...
And again, it's by Savage.
Yep. Great.
So this is the one, we used this one with Nicole this morning.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So we used this one, which is like super pink.
Mm-hmm.
But then with she changed the light and it was very warm and it looked orange.
Really?
But not on the picture, like in the real life. Like it was orange. It's like, wow.
Oh, because
what
of
happened?
the lights.
Yeah,
Nice.
super weird.
What did you guys shoot? People or...
No, this morning it was kind of, when you go to a restaurant and you have a tray.
Uh-huh.
But it was very weird with rocks and a crab and plants.
Nice.
And also something was missing, so she found a snack, which is like, I don't know how you can eat this. It's like super gluey, it's disgusting. But the color was super vivid.
Oh.
It's a vivid orange.
Mm-hmm.
So she started to smash it and it became this kind of structure. And also she had a cup with pearls, fake
wow.
pearls.
Mm-hmm.
But different sizes, so it looks like it was bubbling. Like you cannot tell these are pearls. Like it looks like a liquid which is going
Interesting.
from the cup. Yeah.
That's very, very cool. Any other questions? Oh, wow!
Oh, here we go.
That's epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that stuff?
Right. So weird. Can you zoom in on the snack?
Yeah, what is that?
The orange stuff. It's terrible. Terrible.
Can you eat that?
Only in the US, yeah.
Not in live.
Not and live. That's really really interesting. Very cool.
And these are little rocks, the pink ones, you know, that
you put
in the fish tank.
Yeah. I had a fish once.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Once. Yeah. That's a great story.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, I could say it again if you really want.
So what's funny is that the fork that she used is very small. It's like this.
But
so it's very disruptive for the brain because the crab looks big and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just because the fork is very small.
Interesting. So perspective.
Yeah. So you would think that it's a big cup, and not at all. Everything is very small.
And was she on tripod?
And she used the
nice.
tripod. Yeah. She did a hero shot also. Do we have the hero shot of the bubbling cup? Yeah, we didn't work on this one.
Oh, cool. This is great. Have fun. That's an old school cup.
And starting from this pink, so it's with the color correction, it's completely different.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Terry, did you edit these?
One of them a little bit.
Yeah. What did you do to it?
We just basically played around with the colors. So if I go to...
I think she wants to come back.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to see what you did to it.
All right.
They were left outside.
Oh, sorry. All right, come on back.
There you go.
So this, I really want you to like play with how
Do you need wind?
no wind.
No, tuck your hair in more.
Yeah.
Tuck it in.
Yeah. Too much.
Too much
Yeah, I know, you have a
hair.
ton of hair.
Right? And this is just a second option I would love to see. I feel like the dress was playing really nicely with everything, but just like, again, like what I was telling you earlier, just like really cozy, intimate, like, yeah, little intimate moment.
And you can let it fall out, but don't pull it out. Just let it kind of naturally, because your hair's heavy and don't do it.
Like I just put the sweater
In the morning, threw it on, bedhead, like, everywhere. Thank you so much. Please slip out of the way. All right, darling. I'm gonna change my name a little bit. Beautiful. Bring your chin to your right a little bit. Right there. Hold on. It's thinking. Terry, it says it's busy right now. Oh, okay. Right there.
Did it change?
Yep. Let me just see if that captured.
Is it coming?
No camera detected.
Okay, so
I'm going back in.
does it say busy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe we just need to wait.
Mhm.
Still transferring some stuff.
Okay.
And then you will see the name of the camera, Terry.
Yes.
And it's at,
It doesn't say busy anymore. We might not need to restart.
yeah, maybe we need to restart Lightroom.
So I'm gonna untether.
Nope. Just leave it for a second.
Okay. So yeah, we'll probably take like 10 more shots.
Cool.
And that's it. Then you're done.
Nice.
Then I get to go into the editing bay.
Ooh, can I watch?
Yeah,
Yeah, nice.
we can work on it together.
Yeah, you can go actually.
Nice.
It'd be kind of nice.
Yeah, I'm excited to see all.
I know, it looks really cool. Super, super cool. Tethered capture.
Always restart.
Always.
Always.
All right now?
It says no camera.
No, I mean, unplug.
Oh. How about now? No. 1 second. How about now?
No?
No. Not yet. Removing.
Still busy or no?
It's not. Oh, busy, busy, busy. It's not busy anymore, but it still says no camera
All right.
detected.
Hang on for a sec.
Okay.
Let's just go ahead and do a handy dandy reboot.
Beautiful. This happens pretty much every shoot, I would say.
Every time.
For me.
It happened this morning to Nicole too.
Yeah.
So it's not just you.
And not just on this software, on literally every other
Oh yeah.
capture software.
It's the technology, I guess, which is not so.
Well, I feel like if you it's really needy, the software. It's like, no, I want attention. So if you like don't, you don't
stop shooting,
then it's gonna, you know, I'm gonna just like, I'm gonna take a break. So, doing good.
Very delicately
check if we
drinking
have
water.
questions. It's time for questions. We'll reboot the computer. Also, we'll give away some prints now, so be active in the chat. We'll give away 3 printed illustrations created on Adobe Live, actually, by guests. We have Mr. T by Robzilla. We have The Swimming Pool by Jing Wei, she's in Brooklyn. And Christine Herring, she designed the travel tags.
I love that.
On Adobe Live. So to participate, it's very easy. Just be active in the chat, and Terry will announce the winner of these posters in about 5 minutes.
Get active.
So they're asking, is it possible to get these types of results outdoors?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're asking about using seamless outdoors, but sometimes people will shoot these types of things outside, and you can get a tent where it has blackout curtains around the top and sides, and then you can really control the light that way. So you can definitely do it. And these, you'd need like a generator and things that will give these guys power, but it's definitely fun. Hey, I see my camera.
Yeah. Is it back, Terry?
Oh, I see it blinking.
Oh.
There's definitely a loose connection.
Think so?
Yeah, I think the USB port on that camera was loose.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Gotta get it
weird.
fixed. That's the problem.
It saw it.
It saw it.
Didn't, and then it did. And now it doesn't.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Try unplugging it and replugging it one more time.
okay. Yeah, I can definitely feel it being a lot looser than I want it to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But we did kind of get the shots we needed, so I'm not too upset.
Well, if you want, we can. You can if you want to
transfer
shoot a
me.
few more, we can just use. We can.
Shoot
What kind
your
of card is that?
I've got a CF card.
Of course you do. Did you bring a reader?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we can show importing
yeah.
in the Lightroom from the
Okay.
card. So just
All
take
right.
some
We
on the
got
card.
the last ones.
Perfect. Let's just do it.
You're only gonna take a few more, right?
I'm just gonna take a
It'll
few
take a
more.
few more.
All right,
We
cool.
won't be able to see them. but-
Thanks, Terry. I'm just gonna unplug this.
Yep, you can.
Thank you. Let me just check my light.
Here, I'll look at you.
Yeah, beautiful right there.
It will be a surprise. We'll discover the shots.
Christmas surprise. Beautiful right there. Right there.
Hi, Rickson. Thanks for watching. Rickson watching from Brazil.
Gorgeous. That's beautiful right there. And kind of really stare me down for a couple. Beautiful.
Oh, they love this new look.
Right there, right there, right there. Hold that. Just hold that for a few and just change your eyes. And looking up and away.
Thanks, Simon, for submitting your entry.
One more like that. Up and to your left. Right there. Beautiful. Last one here. Gorgeous! Oh, okay, we got it. Nailed it. Thank you, darling.
Thank you. So
Okay.
fun.
All right, let me go. Let me come back.
You can switch up this one.
Beautiful. All right.
Back here for safety.
I'm just gonna put my camera
We
right
have
here.
3 chairs, yeah. So if you want to sit,
Oh, perfect. Okay.
discover the pictures with Ashley.
Yeah, we can talk about. We can talk about it together.
You see the
I'm so
sneakers,
stoked
Chris?
to see all of them.
Yes, honey.
So I guess I'm.
Oh,
Thank you so,
so
so, so
great.
much. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I'll get Sam.
Oh, perfect.
And then I'll just contact you. Please,
So we
is that all right?
unplug it, so we can-
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
See if you
It blinked. Yep.
I'm like, I'm guessing you don't.
Blinked again.
Yes.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll be back in just a second as they transition over here to the editing station with card and card reader. Awesome. And Michael, can you? Oh, you know what? Never mind. think I can do it from the keyboard here.
I don't know if it's because it's a keyboard from 1992, so it's not the USB one. So I will
Oh,
put it
yeah.
behind.
Okay. I'm going to plug it behind now. That's fine. Well, here, let me go
Yeah.
put the
Put
card.
the card.
Okay, there you go.
Awesome.
Okay, Terry.
All right, so we got everything tethered into Lightroom Classic CC from earlier. All the shots in the brown or the brown outfit, and the last one's from the gray sweater.
Do you need the RE light?
We
for
are going to
this
bring
evening
in
or no?
directly from the memory card. So, Chris, if you can switch to the Cintiq.
You want to come here?
Great. All right, so I already took the liberty of importing the raw files into Lightroom CC, so they're in the process of being backed up to the cloud and synced. And now what we'll do is we'll just simply click Add Photos, and I see the device there. And of course, it's got all the same photos as well, so we're going to say we don't want all of them. We just want the newest ones. Nope.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh, there's some things from the other day. Great.
Oh, yeah, they're like.
Which ones are? So
The
that
new
would be
ones
from
with the
here.
gray,
Yeah, here on
yeah.
forward, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect.
So that's
So-
why there is an overexposed shot, you see.
Yes.
Yes, to tell. All right.
Now you know. We did that on purpose.
That was a marker. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So
I was
we're
like,
gonna,
I know that the camera's not going to work.
we're gonna go ahead and add those. And also the other thing, when you're importing into Lightroom CC, you just want to make sure that you have the right album selected as well, because otherwise it'll either put them in all photos or the wrong album. So let's go ahead and add those 20. And it's copying them pretty quick from the card. And it's also syncing and backing them up at the same time. And they're all there now. So you have all your shots.
I love it. Shoot, sorry, I'm like very excited. Especially this last one. This is what I was
This
freaking out
one?
about. This is the surprise. Oh.
All right, let's since that is getting
Surprise.
we will certainly mark that as
Thank
a pick
you.
and 5 stars.
Thank you.
Now, I was taking the liberty of marking a bunch of them as you were, you know,
Awesome.
hollering out, and I was going through. So if you said you liked it, I gave it 5 stars.
Beautiful.
If I liked it, I gave it 4, so we know which ones are which.
Okay, cool.
And so we kind of were like, as you guys were commenting, and even the audience was commenting, I was marking them as we went.
Beautiful.
Now we can of course go through and review them one by one. How much time do we have left in the segment? It's 2 now. We got plenty of time. It's almost an hour. So why don't we go through the formal process? So
And I'll just say mark it if I'd like to.
just
keep it
say
as-
yes, no.
Okay.
And if it's no, then I'll mark it as a reject. If you don't say anything, it's a maybe.
Ooh.
If you say yes, then it's a pick.
Okay.
How about that?
Feel free to chime in.
All right, let's go ahead and go that way. And
No. That was our test shot.
I know
That's
that's
my
like
school
I
portrait.
can't even get my hand on the keyboard fast enough to hit no on that one. Okay, no.
No. Maybe. No. No. Maybe. No. No. Nope. Nope. Maybe. No. Maybe. Yes.
Oh, yes, you tricked me on that one.
Yes.
That's good.
No. No. Yes. Yes. Maybe. Yes. No. 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 Ooh, maybe. Yes.
Well, is it an ooh or is it a maybe?
It's a maybe.
All right.
Yes. I'm thinking about the overarching
I know.
editorial.
And you're going to tell people why you're making these selections.
100%. Yes.
Yep. All right.
Yes. Yeah, if you see one, you should say.
No, I like the hands.
Yeah, I love the
are
hands. I
nice.
think that's really nice.
So what's this one?
No. I feel like we got one already. No. Nope. Maybe. Maybe. No. How many shots did we take? Yes. 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 Ooh, yes. No. No. Yes. No. No. This is really fun. No. No.
I like how decisive you are. That's good. Gotta be quick.
Yeah.
Gotta be decisive.
No. 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 Maybe. No. Yes. Yes. No. Although I like that one. Yes.
Wait, it's no, but
Nope.
you liked it?
I'll tell you later.
Okay, all right. What's this one?
Yes. Maybe. You like it?
Yeah.
Okay, go back. That's a yes. The next one's a no.
Because I can tell it's like a
No. It is a real smile. Ooh, yes. No. 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 Yes. Yes.
I'm curious to see how many
No.
of mine made it. This is a no?
No.
All right.
No.
No? Okay.
No. No. No.
Now I'm scared.
No. 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 Yes. Yes. No. Always no.
The
No.
realist.
No?
No.
All right.
Yes. Maybe. Yes. Yes. No. No. No.
That hair.
So much hair. No.
Hair.
Definitely not. Nope. 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 We're getting there now.
No?
No.
Yeah.
I know we're coming at it. Yes. No. No. Maybe. Maybe. No. Yes. Maybe. Maybe. Yes.
I like that one too.
This one?
No, the
The
previous
one
one.
before.
Yeah, it felt very Adele.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
This
I
one's a
agree.
no. Maybe. Maybe. No. Yes. No. No. Yes. Yes. Maybe. Maybe. Definitely not. Yes. Beautiful. No.
Yeah, I didn't pick any of these yet. No.
You look like an
Okay.
Olsen twin right there.
I get that a lot.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But only Mary Kate. Frankly. We'd like to
This
take
one's
a
a
poll
no.
on that.
No? Okay.
Does she look like Mary Kate Olsen? Yes.
If I do look like an Olsen twin, which
Yes.
one do I look like?
No. 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 Maybe. Yes. Maybe. No.
Okay.
Let's do it with my
Ooh.
Ooh, I like it.
Yes. No. Yes. 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 No. No. Yes. I think that's it.
That's it. All right.
Power. Edit.
Now, what I want to see, just out of curiosity, how many
Of yours.
of mine made the cut? So I'm going to say equal 4 stars and picks. Okay, so those were, we both agree.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's
so-
awesome.
Now I want to see how many of mine didn't make it. Only 2.
That's
okay,
not bad.
so 2
Let me-
of
can I
mine
see? Can I
got,
see what you
2 of
thought?
mine got deleted.
I mean, those are great for sure.
Yeah,
But
so-
I feel like maybe we have variations on them. So.
It's okay.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm okay with it. All right, so let's get out of this. And out of this. Okay, actually, I want to show the deleteds. So these are all the rejects. And she's very decisive, which I love that, because as a photographer, you have to be. You have to really decide what's your best work. That's what separates you from the amateurs, is that you're only showing your absolute best work. And when you can critique your own work and refine it down to just the best shots, you're winning. All right, so with that said, we're going to say goodbye to these.
Bye.
Bye. See? No hesitation. Bye, delete, gone, because I know what I'm doing. I love it. So goodbye, delete 71 photos. They're all rejects.
You feel okay about that? I feel like this is an episode of Hoarders or something.
So I have a question for
They're
you.
gone.
When you're doing your own edits, are you that decisive?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What I'm thinking about an overarching article or editorial, and especially when I'm taking a portrait of someone, I'm either wanting to go for the breadth of their personality, or I'm wanting to really hone in onto a mood, but still have variation with everything. So that's why I was kind of picking things where you're looking, not looking, the lighting's a little bit different, some things are highlighted, just so you can have that bigger picture when you have all of those pictures together, if that makes sense.
So, and a couple reasons why you want to go through this process is, one, you lessen the amount of images you have to show a client, so they're not overwhelmed. Number two, now that the bad ones are gone, you're left with all goodness. You're left with all happiness. It's like they're all good. Some are better than others, but you're not being distracted by the ones you really don't like anymore. All right, so of these, what would you like to start with?
Oh my word.
You've got a lot of good images here.
Yeah. Would you suggest starting with one and doing like a little bit of a batch edit? Or what do you think is the best way to go?
We could. I would certainly do that in a situation like this. I would certainly go through, select all, or at least all under the same lighting conditions, and make some batch edits that would apply to all of them.
Awesome.
So we can say, for example, why is that one dimmed out?
Yeah, some of these are. Is
Oh,
it because
you know
it's your
what?
select?
No, yeah, it might be. It might have been that these are, yeah, okay. There's a few of those that were still left over.
Got it.
Because they were my picks and rejects. So let's delete those three.
Do you have any questions?
There we go. Okay. So for example, we would select all the ones that were, then you knew where you adjusted the light. So was the light pretty consistent across the same outfit here?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So we would go down to the gray outfit, gray sweater, which is right here. And then we can, of course, make the same adjustments to all of those. So for example, was enable the lens correction.
Beautiful.
And now it's up to you. So what would you like to do that's kind of universal to all of those?
Totally. I really am into taking the contrast down a lot.
A lot?
A lot.
Like by how much?
Let's see. I feel like it really makes it filmy.
Well, that's all the way down.
Okay, so definitely not that.
Not that. That's halfway.
And bring it in a little bit more. Yep. So I think somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's negative 40. Okay.
Great. Let's take the highlights down just a tad.
Like maybe 10, 15?
Yeah, that looks nice. And then bring the shadows up a little bit.
Okay.
I'm really trying to make more of like a...
All right, that's too much. So say when.
Keep going. When. Beautiful. Let's do some white balance.
Ooh, I love white balance. All right, so
let's warm it up. Let's see what happens.
Warm it up, Chris. No, too much. You tell me when.
Keep going. Let's cool it down. Let's see what that looks like.
Right there. That's slightly warmer.
That looks pretty good. Yep.
Okay.
What are you feeling?
Like I said, I haven't met a photo yet that could be a little bit more vibrant.
Yep, that looks good.
Just a tad bit. Yep.
And then a little bit of clarity for me.
A little bit of clarity it is.
One of my favorites. Yeah, tiny, tiny. That's great.
Okay.
Let's do...
So the before. That's the before. That's the after.
How do we feel? Do we like it a little bit moodier?
I personally like the moody.
Yeah.
one, yeah.
I do too a little bit. Maybe we can split the difference a little bit.
Okay.
I feel like it actually, in this situation with the moodier, it feels more cinematic.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I think...
So maybe bring the shadows back down some?
Mm-hmm. And maybe we can bring the contrast back in a little bit too.
Okay.
I feel like it was still a little bit too dark.
Let's
So
put
we'll
the
just...
difference there, and now that's your before and after?
Yeah, that's looking a little bit better. What do you think?
I agree.
Yeah.
It was too much before.
It was too much. Yeah. Great. How's our histogram? Looking all right?
Yeah,
Nothing too
good.
crazy?
A little bit dark in the shadows where,
Yeah.
where it should be.
Right? Awesome.
All right.
Let's do that.
Okay, so now that has technically been applied to all of those. So you might, what you would do in this case is just spot check just to make sure like you still like it across the board.
Mm-hmm.
So again, oh, maybe it didn't apply to all of them. Hold on. I'm thinking it did because that's the way it would have done with Lightroom Classic, but let's do this instead. I want to copy those settings. Let's do it that way. And simply apply them to all.
These look good.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Let's make sure it did it to all of them. Oh, all right, let's do it this way.
It's not doing
It's
it.
being finicky.
Technology really doesn't like me.
No, this is not you. This is me. I want to do it to the batch.
Did you have an ultimate favorite?
I really liked the sweater ones. I feel like all of them I love, and the hair. I mean, I like all. I think all of your selects are awesome. There was particular ones that stood out to me that I have to go through.
Yeah. Do you have any?
There were some that were just kind of like dead on. That I think worked really nicely.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they
it
just
shouldn't
suddenly
have to do them one by
you
one.
know? And the hand gesture ones I think really stand out.
Really, really nice. Jeremy just asked if I do an eye focus pass. It depends. I feel like like I said earlier, I kind of throw some of those rules out the window a little bit. Sometimes, yeah, you want the eyes to be in focus, but I also think for things as intimate as a portrait, it's not necessarily a requirement. I don't know. But I tend to focus somewhere like around this area, depending on what I'm doing. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I'm a fan of the like kind of mixing up the focus as well. I think that gives the portrait more of like a dynamic feel immediately, and it allows like the model, from the model perspective, to play more with like your hands. It just like gives you more angles to look at immediately.
Yeah, I agree. Contrast. Mark wants to know how on Lightroom Online do I make a digital copy?
I'm not sure on a web version if you can or not. I thought about that earlier. Well, it looks like I can't batch these. That kind of sucks.
Aww.
I made it a preset. I can copy and paste, but it's still making me do them one at a time.
Oh
I
my.
like that one a lot.
It's gorgeous. It's such a nice portrait of you.
All right, let's do this.
You're just going to do it?
I hate that I'm going to do it. Yes,
You want me to do it? You want
it.
to switch?
No. It's just like I'm
I'd be like,
thinking there's got to be a better way. Wait, hold on. If I do, let me see something here. Yeah, that
I
one
like
doesn't.
that one a lot too.
Okay, at least I can hit Command B.
look at you. Flying.
I like
Oop.
that profile one too. I like all of them.
That's so nice to
You
hear
did such a
because,
great job.
you know, people sometimes don't get excited looking at their own faces. And then they have a lot of self-destructive things to say. So I like that you know.
I trust you.
Thank you. Ugh, so good. I think my favorite shot is the absolute last one.
I like that one too. I think that's one of my favorites.
The absolute last in this outfit or the gray?
The gray. And that blurry one. Love.
Yeah, I think the blurriness like just allows more like real life movement to happen. Because,
totally.
You know, you're just capturing moments. I think that tells the story.
Oh, okay, we stop here.
Immediately. I like that one too. It feels like it's telling some kind of a story.
Now we could apply that same
Let's see.
correction. See if you like it. Here's the before and after.
Yeah, that is very nice.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna apply it to all these. And we can always tweak it because this is all non-destructive.
God, Mary Kate Olsen, baby.
All right. Which one did you say was your favorite? This last one? Or okay, this is your fave.
This is my favorite.
Fave.
It feels
right.
very Inez and Vinud.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
All right. Anything you want to do to this one in particular? Because it got basically the same adjustment that they all got.
Let's do, can we pull the exposure up just a tad?
Sure.
A little bit less. Perfect.
All right, that's like half a stop.
Yep.
Okay.
And let's take the highlights down just a little bit. Yep, perfect. That looks
All right.
great.
Okay, and so shall we take it over to Photoshop, maybe do a little retouching?
Yes, please.
Although I don't like doing it when the model's here.
I
but
know.
I don't mind.
You don't mind?
She's cool.
All right.
Your skin is great, though. You don't need to do much.
I think it's interesting though to see some of the, just like in terms of the angle of my face, like how with this lighting setup, how you can see so much more detail as soon as I go down with this lighting setup. But I actually find it really interesting, like, you know, like in terms of just seeing my own face, like these are all of the lines and all of the imperfections. I think it's pretty, it feels really real, and it's like a nice kind of like end of a night out feeling to those,
it's gorgeous.
Those photos.
All right, so I'll duplicate the layer so we can quickly see a before and after right here in Photoshop.
Beautiful.
And handy dandy stylus.
Love it.
Spot healing tool. I'm just going to correct a few things that I noticed right off the bat, and then you can
just do some
feel
minor
free.
cleanup. We're good.
You'll feel free to tell me anything I missed or anything you'd want to add to it.
Definitely want to take that little highlight off the nose, but
That one.
yeah. Beautiful. Magic.
Great.
Nice. Such great skin, though.
Oh, really? Thanks.
Yeah. Come
I
on.
was feeling like there could be improvement.
Oh,
I also have a lot of foundation on.
you do?
Yeah.
Me
Heather
too.
did a great job.
I have a ton of foundation on as well.
We all have a ton of foundation on. in case you're
All of us. Literally everyone.
All right, can't have hair growing across the teeth.
No. It's not the best look, that's for
Do
sure.
that.
Did you feel it in your teeth?
It was like all over because I have lip gloss on, so it was just sticky. Like the
You're just
wind,
like,
I was like, I just have to
yes.
let this go for right now.
All right, good.
Someone... I like how she keeps sweet-talking the model. She looks like Jennifer Lopez.
I'll take it.
Ooh.
Thank you. You're making my day.
Someone said have been working together. They think that we've been working together for a long time. Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, we maybe haven't known each other for a really long time, but we worked together many
Yeah,
times.
many times.
Yeah.
You gotta sweet talk all your models, I think.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
To some extent, yeah.
Sure.
But you're super easy to work with. You're just very honest. And
Uh-oh, she's sweet talking to the photographer.
But it's true. It's all true. But I do think, like, being a model, like, the energy of your photographer directly impacts what you're giving
Totally.
to the camera. So the more comfortable you are as a photographer and confident you are with whatever you're doing, even in the moments like when your camera wasn't connecting and stuff, you didn't freak out. So
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
you're very
as a
laid
model.
back and calm.
I think that is huge.
I can see nothing really gets you, like throws you off.
Yeah, it takes
Yeah.
a lot. It really does take a lot. Which is, I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's great.
All right. I got the most, the things that were bugging me the most. Your turn.
The only thing I want to do is fill in her left eyebrow a little bit.
That's fine. I usually fill it in. But I just didn't ask her to do it.
That's it. It just feel like my eye is kind of drawn there.
Yeah, I actually usually like even trim it on the top to like match the shape. Like in real life, I generally trim it, but it's kind of gotten a little out of control.
All right, so let's try this. I just want to see if this will work. It may not. It may. This is just an experiment.
Oh, it's a new unibrow.
I may like it. I may not. I don't.
It's too patterny.
Yeah, it's too much. Okay, that was one attempt that failed. Let's try.
I feel like that was a good idea, though.
Yeah, it was in concept. It
Mm-hmm.
felt good in my head, but in reality, it just didn't work out.
Sometimes that happens.
Oh, we're on the wrong mode here.
A question I have for you, because when I smile, my eyes close up a lot, and you lose some of the light. Would you ever correct in post for just like eye brightness? Is that
Eye
something you ever do,
brightness.
or just like
Yeah.
right, to match?
I see what you're saying,
Yeah.
because your eyes get a little bit.
And I was wearing
Totally.
lashes and stuff, especially with like false lashes. I feel like that kind of looks
Totally.
great, but it can also block the light a little bit.
Right. I think when you're zoomed in like this is what you're paying attention to, but like the shot as a whole,
You're
Yeah, you
feeling the
wouldn't see
energy
it.
more.
I'm feeling more of the energy. But yeah, I think in some instances, like for you specifically, like you can totally get in there and do that if that's something like you want to like zoom in on. But I feel like so much is happening with like your hair and the sweater and
The eyebrow.
that eyebrow.
Yeah, this part's bugging me now. Nope. Nope. That's not going to cut it. Let's go back and do this.
Nice. When do I get to do the contest? This is like what I care.
Soon. Like in maybe 10 minutes.
Someone said, Terry, what tool did you use on the hand creases? I think that was the
That
patch.
was a patch tool?
Yeah.
Good eye.
Good eye.
All right.
How do you feel? Good?
Good. Now, so
Ooh,
we did this
baby.
trick earlier with Sam, our other shoot. We want to, because this image is darker than especially normal, the shadows under the eyes are even more pronounced. Than like I don't see them now because you're under normal light. So no
A little fill helping.
Right. So we want to reduce them, but we don't want to remove them completely.
Yep.
But we're going to remove them completely to reduce them. So let me show you what I mean by that.
Love it.
So we're going to take the patch tool. We're going to temporarily take it completely away. And I do stress temporarily because it was going to look bad at first.
Oh, yeah.
But trust me, it'll be okay.
I'm nervous.
Yep. Don't
know.
freak out.
I know.
Don't freak
No,
out.
I'm not
Don't freak
freaking
out yet. Okay, so while it's still selected with a patch that you just did, if you deselect, you messed up. Because if you deselect, you won't be able to do edit fade patch selection. It will only work while it's still selected. So if you deselect, go do something else, you'll never be able to get back to it. So now you can dial back in all of it or as much of it as you want. I would say maybe something right in there. Mm-hmm. All right. So that way, we went from that to that. So just made it more subtle.
Very nice.
So then we do the other eye. You might say, well, why don't you do both eyes at the same time? Because they don't always work at the same number. So once again, edit, fade patch selection. And again, this would be completely gone. That will be completely back. And you dial it in to taste. So like this one's probably going to need a little bit more because it's just darker on that side. I would say right about there.
That looks great.
All right. So that way you went from that to that. Just a subtle change.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's connected.
All right. And I now see some more hair that I want to take off. there. All right, how's the chat looking?
Let's see. What sorcery is this?
It's magic. It's Adobe magic.
Adobe Cadabra.
Nice.
That sounds like Rufus. That's his catchphrase.
That was great. I love it.
All right, good, good, good. I'm just going to do that one little line right there. All right, good.
Beautiful.
All right.
I love.
Nice.
I love, I love, I love. I love this shot.
You like it?
Yeah.
Now, since she's wearing jewelry, here's another, this is one of my trademarks. Eyes, jewelry, lips. I always want to make sharper.
Nice.
The lips look great the way they are. The eyes are kind of close, so it's really not hard to sharpen them, but definitely she's wearing that nice ring and right in front. So we can go to the sharpen tool. And back in the day, the sharpen tool was horrible. So you would like never really use it for professional work because, let me show you the difference. This is what it used to do. I'm going to turn off the new feature. If you use the sharpen tool more than a couple strokes, you end up getting that. You get the Christmas tree effect. It just starts giving you all these crazy, just over sharpen really quickly. Undo. There's a protect detail that's on by default. And so now you could go a lot harder, a lot longer, and make it a lot sharper and make it look real without that horrible artifact.
That's great.
Yeah, I like
All right, so again, maybe right in there, right in there, and we'll sharpen that eye just a bit. That one's closed, so it won't matter. Now the other trick that I might do, because I like to see catch lights in both eyes, since you have a nice catch light in one eye.
Let's put one. Let's put one more.
Move it over in the other one as well.
I'm into that.
Match those catch lights.
We'll zoom in.
Maybe we should put a couple, not just one. I don't know.
All right, let's start with one.
All right.
We'll see how we feel about that.
Throw people off when they're trying to guess the lighting.
Yeah, I know, right? One here, one down there.
Like, wait a second.
Right, how do you do that? So we're just going to make just a broad selection around that and Command-J, duplicate that onto its own layer. So now the catch light is on a layer by itself. Use the move tool, and we just move that puppy over here.
What up?
Let's see. Look at that. Look at the difference that makes.
Yeah,
So
it really
much better.
livened
I
up
know.
that
So
eyeball.
it's just like that versus that. Oh, she's winking at us.
That's gorgeous.
So that just, the catch lights really matter.
I love it.
Yep.
Love it.
All right. And we'll rename that layer catch light.
Just checking the chat.
And
People
we'll
are funny in
rename
there.
this one
Like it.
Retouch.
Where's the light source?
And again, this is where we started, and this is where we are now. What's the chat saying?
They're just being funny as usual.
As usual.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
How do you feel about just doing a little dodge and burn just to amplify some of the reflection points, like here, here, and then in the air?
Sure, I'll show you my dodge and burn technique, which is basically we're going to duplicate the layer one more time. And we're going to set because you do the 50% gray layer. So I'm going to just show you an alternative. We used that one yesterday.
Yeah, I want to see.
I'm going to do the, set the blend mode of this duplicate layer to luminosity. And now, and it basically achieves the same thing as the 50% gray layer. And now we'll switch to the dodge and burn tools. And it doesn't really matter which one you do first. It's really up to you. I'm going to go ahead and burn first. And what I tend to do is, especially now, if you were shooting up above her and we could see her part, the hair light is just going to make it more pronounced and too bright.
Right.
So I would normally burn that in, but you don't have that problem because we're not looking at the top of your head. But if we were, that's when I would use the burn tool up there. In this case, what I would still do is I would grab the burn tool, make the brush nice and big. Because I'm using a tablet, I got pressure sensitivity, and I would just lightly burn that edge in. Just a little. That's too much.
Yep.
When I can see it, it's too much. Let's try it again. I got a little heavy-handed there. That's about it. All right. Then around these edges.
Beautiful.
Around there. Just very light strokes. It will look like you're not really even doing anything, but when you see the before and after, you'll be able to see it. Just around the edges. So basically we're just using the burn tool to darken things that are already dark. Oh, too much. Right in there.
Nice.
And then we switch to the dodge tool.
Beautiful.
Make that brush nice and big. And you want to get those highlights.
Yeah, I really like amplifying what I already see in the shot.
Yep.
Especially where there's that shine in the hair.
Absolutely.
Yep, I love that.
All right, now like I said, it looks like we didn't do much, but look at the before and after.
I think it just like really.
It just gives the
heroes
person
in.
more depth. And if you still think it's too much, the beauty of it being on its own layer is that you can dial it down. So you can say, oh, well, I only want to see 50% of my dodge and burn. So that way it's not as intense.
It's great.
All right, let's take a break for the contest, and we'll come back and wrap this one up.
Woo. All right. Ready? I'm so excited.
The first one is using JPEGs.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, I see.
After that, it's tabs.
So this is before and after. Nice. Look at all that detail on the right-hand side. Beautiful. Okay, so then I'm going to go to this next tab here. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
Before and after. A lot more detail, a lot more color. Feel free to weigh in. You're my guest today.
So are
on
we
the
just
show.
going, just to recap for me, we're just going through and seeing which one we...
We are going to choose a winner, and what they're doing is they have edited in Lightroom, and so this is a raw
Before?
image, and then after they've edited.
Cool.
So
Okay.
that's one. That's another one. Here's a before.
And the theme was still life.
Still life.
Oh, okay, nice.
Holiday in the spirit. Great. Thanks, Dylan. Whoa.
Ooh,
What is happening
Live
here?
action.
All right. And after. Nice. I see it's a lot sharper. Some colors. Oh my gosh.
Hello.
How cute.
So festive.
I love. I'm hungry. Okay. Everybody's really getting in the spirit.
Yeah.
That's a big change.
Oh, cool.
Wow, what is this stuff? Very nice. Oh, I only see one photo.
Yeah.
Is there no after or no? Yeah, or no before? I mean,
Ugh. Well, cute though. Wow, interesting. I think that's the last one, right?
that is the last tab. Or is there one more? Nope, that's the last
me.
tab. Yep.
Yeah.
So pick your winner.
Oh,
Oh, we missed that one.
I did miss that one.
Show
Chill
pill.
pill.
I'm gonna say
Also, click the preview app to show the first one in the dock.
I think this is my winner, actually.
Tell us why.
I really like how, I think it's Cindy. I think that's the name. I really like how she warmed up the shot, got a lot more detail, and I feel like I'm looking at the items. And I like her composition, and it looks like natural light, which is it's just really nice, really easy on the eyes. I think that's my winner.
Okay. And is there? So that's no problem. That's the winner.
Thank you.
Is there any advice or like commentary you'd give on any of the other ones?
Oh,
Like, because we'll keep that the winner, but just
Okay.
just to give feedback for these photographers that are out there, like things you like, things that you would suggest.
yeah. Well, in general, I always say to keep looking at photos and see what you like, what you don't like, and if you can put a shot next to you as a reference while you're editing, try and achieve that same look.
Okay.
So that's a good starting point. I would also say, I mean, it's great that people are playing around with things that are big and small. But again, like move your body if you're on, you know, a camera or on your mobile phone. Think about what you're actually seeing. I'm really a big fan of not cropping too much.
Okay.
So I would say do that. Yeah, and also try and get everything right in the camera to the best of your ability so that you don't have a hard time editing. Sometimes you can't bring shadows in or back or highlights in, you know, so I think it's nice to try and get that right. What do you think?
I agree.
Awesome.
Yep, lighting's important, angles are important, perspective is important because, you know, for example, I'm 6'1", so if I always hold my camera like this, then every shot I take is from the same angle.
Totally.
So sometimes I have to get on the ground, which I hated. Sometimes I have to get lower. Sometimes even get higher, take shots from down or above and down. But changing the angle and always noticing and paying attention to your lighting.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, sweet.
Cool.
Thank you. And that winner was, once again, this one. And this is who again?
Cindy.
Cindy, congratulations.
Yay.
You get a year of Creative Cloud.
Wow, that's so cool.
That is cool. All right, back to our retouch.
Great.
All right, so we have our dodge and burn layer. We have the retouch overall. What difference that makes.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Anything else? We got like 6 minutes, 7 minutes almost. We can play with another one in a short amount of time.
Ooh, I don't know. There's so many I want to edit. Can I keep these?
Yeah, well, they're yours. Yes.
I have these photos.
They're on your card.
I know. Well, not all of them.
We can make that happen.
Okay, good. Usually I would save dodge and burn for the very last.
Okay.
So the only other thing I would have maybe done is...
when do you... Okay, the question always comes up is when do you do your sharpening and where?
Well, I'll do that high pass at the end if I feel
Oh, that's
like,
right.
Yeah,
That's right. I remember that.
I really like doing that for some of my shots. I feel like for this one, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, yeah, because you're trying to keep the mood the way it is, right?
Yeah. And especially with...
I like that high pass effect you did yesterday. That turned out well.
Yeah, it actually really helps, I think. But before dodge and burn, I might have made an exposure layer, and I might have taken the gamma up a little bit just for the hair and masked that out. Like masked the hair part in, just for a little bit more detail on the hair.
Got it.
So I wonder if we can, maybe, I know that's not the way I would do it, but maybe
that is the way you would do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would do dodge and burn last.
Okay.
So maybe just one, let's see what that looks like.
We can turn the dodge and burn layer off and go back and do that.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you want to do?
Make an exposure layer.
So tell me how.
Go to your new layer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, it's the one with the circle.
Ah.
Yep, and say exposure.
Okay.
And
now
then
what?
Go to gamma correction, and then let's toggle that slider to the left. Maybe a lot less, a lot less, a lot less. Yeah, right there.
Okay, now what?
Let's turn the mask to black.
So you want to invert the mask?
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Okay. And then let's just paint in with a white brush onto the hair. Maybe like at a 20% or 30% opacity.
Okay. Oh, it's at 20%, so.
Yeah.
It's very subtle.
Yeah. And sometimes subtlety is key. But like yesterday when we were shooting shoes, and that was the darkest thing in the shot, it's nice to have this gamma correction because you can really still pull out that detail. Because things that are dark,
how subtle that is?
Super
so
subtle.
It's doing it, but you can't really tell.
Yeah.
Until after.
And then let's add our dodge and burn layer and see how that plays.
Let's see what that looks like.
Beautiful.
All right. Rock on. Nicely done.
Thank you. I feel good.
Yeah, so do I. All right, so we're going to save all this.
Please.
With all the layers. And we're going to close it. And we're going to head back over to Lightroom CC. And Lightroom CC should stack it with the other one, as it did. And now we have both images. That looks like our, that's our before, right? Yep, our before and our after. So, a lot of little subtle changes, but that's what retouching is really all about. Because if you have to do a lot of drastic things, that means you didn't get it right in the camera.
True. Beautiful.
All right, sweet.
Thank you for editing that.
Yeah.
No problem.
Thanks for making me look good. Both of you.
Yes, I'm sure that was all me, right? No, you should have saw the comments when you first started shooting.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I love her. She's beautiful.
Oh, thank you,
People are
guys.
Well,
going
she'll be
crazy.
back later today.
Oh, that's right. You're doing
That's
so.
right.
Tell
Our
us once again.
surprise.
Remind us about your next session, which is at 6 p.m. Pacific. Tell us what you're going to do.
We're going to set up a lot of Christmas lights, and we're going to take a nice little holiday card photo with my phone, using Christmas lights all over the place.
Nice.
It's going to be fun. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Are you going to do that in here or out? Yeah, obviously in here.
Yeah.
You're going to move the whole studio out there? No.
We're going
Festive out
outside.
there, though. Super festive.
It is
out
really
there.
festive.
Yeah,
Surprise.
but that would be hard. So. Do it in here. All right, any last minute questions from the chat? So you can just stay tuned to behance.net/live, and 3 hours after we're done here, and come back and watch Ashley do it all over again with Christmas lights. That'd be great.
Yay. Yay. We did it.
We did it. Any last parting